So what's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman?
Yeah, Iron Dick. I don't know.
One's a superhero and one's a command. Yeah.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
What's that?
I can't jelly my foot up your ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here I brought you something special today.
Is that right?
I did.
Well, your cat brought you something special today, too.
Fuck that cat. Just joking. Love you, Sylvester.
Oh, did you actually? Oh, my. I thought you were bullshitting.
We got some Bernie meat.
Oh, my. I'm already opening it.
No, I want you to.
Have you already eaten some of it?
Yeah. Come on. Silly question.
Oh, it's wet.
Yeah. I told him you'd live react, so he's chewing and contemplating right now. So much so he went for a second bite. Everybody waits with anticipation.
It's really good.
Okay, you can stop eating it and describe it. Food review.
Okay. So, a normal beef jerky has like zero moisture in it, right? It just has the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But the meat is like dry to the fucking bone.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this time he made meat and it's got squish to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad about it.
Right?
I've never had squishy beef jerky, and it's my new favorite thing.
Yeah. It's a little thinner, too.
It's salty
Mm-hmm.
and savory. It's meat. It's fatty.
1 to 10. What we got?
So what would be 10?
I don't. This is your rating.
Okay, 10 would be the jerky that he got me last time. Or he got us, not me.
Yeah, I love how I get cut out.
So the last time he made jerky, that would be a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this one a 9.3.
Okay.
But it's still pretty fucking good.
He just inhaled that whole piece.
Yeah, one piece on the Lord.
Anyway.
Man, that was good.
Oh, did you have a good week?
No.
All right.
It was a long week. I was just ready for it to be over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't enjoy almost any of it. It was just a shitty week.
You'll get those.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you get.
I worked a lot and had to train somebody that I had no idea. Like, I've never, out of every job I've ever worked my entire life, I've never had to train somebody. I've always been the trainee or just a worker. And I didn't get any notice. I found out I was training somebody when I showed up for my shift.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right. Looks like it's what we're doing. And for some reason, in case she finds the podcast, I will be nice. But like, she was great. But just the training side of things, I don't think I want to do that ever again. I will have to soon again.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't enjoy it at all. That was the worst day of work I've probably worked in my entire life.
Now, how do you think all the other people that have trained you felt?
I think for the most part, good. I mean, of course, training sucks, but like, I'm pretty competent, and I can I can figure out the things pretty quick. But I'm a pretty fast learner, so I feel like compared to having to train other people, I'm not so bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like training. I made the decision I don't like training people.
I remember one time I had to train a driver, and which I've done before, and I don't really mind it, mainly because I'm not that scared of death. Because, I mean, I've rode with several guys that I'm like, and I'm in the passenger seat, and every, like, truck rollover I've ever seen, the passenger seat is completely obliterated,
Yeah.
because that's usually the side that you're going to go on.
Mm-hmm.
But for, I mean, I usually don't mind it very much. I guess it was enjoyable because I got to learn something, but so I got asked to train this driver who's deaf and is, nonverbal. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know sign language.
Is that the one that we kind of learned sign language for, or is that a different one?
That's the one I learned sign language for.
Well, you taught me quite a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I say I learned sign language, I mean, I can find the bathroom.
Yeah.
I could probably
It
order.
wasn't fluent, but like you
Yeah.
were pretty good still. And you
Yeah.
taught me quite a lot too.
Yeah. Get out. And it's such like a cool language. And the fact that it really is like a whole different culture,
Yeah.
they just, I mean, it can encompass anybody, because I mean, being deaf goes across all races and religion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But uh, I just never had the experience before. So on the fly, I'm teaching him how to drive this truck, and it's a 10 speed, and in school nowadays, like they would just stick you in an automatic, and
Yeah. You just need to figure out your turns and
yeah, you just put your foot in it and go, you know. Um, but yeah, this one was a standard, and just a straight 10, and so he's trying to learn how to shift in this older truck. It's got, not the best clutch in the world. So, like he doesn't know how to float gears. So he's trying to double clutch and all that stuff. And I'm trying to figure out how to sign on how you float, how you float it,
yeah.
and he's like, so,
Uh-huh.
and I before because I knew I was going to do it, so the only thing I could do was learn my ABCs.
Yeah.
So every word I would have to spell out the entirety of the word. And as we were going, he's like showing me, the phrasing, so I don't have to spell it all out, like
Yeah.
if and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was probably like the hardest training deal I've ever had to do. But
That sounds like it was difficult.
yeah, but training people does suck to a certain extent, but you have to just remember that you were new once too.
Yeah.
And once you kind of keep that in your head that you were once new, then it makes you treat the people that you're training, and you end up having a better experience and they have a better experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, just try to be humble, I guess, on that.
I guess so.
Nah. All right, that's enough dad talk for the day. But anyway, did you watch the eclipse?
Yeah. We had a little family get together at my mom's and we watched the eclipse.
Yeah.
And it was very underwhelming because I was expecting the full, moon over the sun.
Yeah.
And we didn't get that. We only got like 90% of it covered.
Mm-hmm.
And like the top, I don't know, the top like 12% of the sun was still visible.
Yeah.
So we didn't get like the crown that you normally get. Like the one a few years ago, we got the full crown. It was like a full total eclipse.
Right.
But for where we're at in the country, we didn't get that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But there was this really weird ring in the sky.
Yeah. Like a halo.
Yeah, it was not next to the sun or the moon in any way. It was just out in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
This big giant circle. And that was the coolest part to me. Because I never noticed that from the last eclipse. But I don't know if it even happened for the last one. But this one, it was really cool.
I noticed a lot of jets flying overhead. I mean, and I'm usually not looking up that much.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I noticed more jets. But like there was this one, he was in a hurry.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fucking booking it. And I was like, huh, Biden fucked up again. I don't know. Like, yeah, so.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah. But it was pretty cool. I did hear one story about the eclipse that renewed my faith in humanity that is shit. So
Okay, what was
so there was this pastor, and he was
this always ends well.
right. He he was telling his congregation how, well, this is the rapture. We're all, going to be taken up to heaven and all this stuff, and convinced the entire congregation to sell all their possessions
Oh
and
shit.
to get rid of everything. Then the eclipse happens. Nobody gets raptured, and he's gone. Took all their shit and left.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
I knew it was a fucking con scheme.
yeah. Like I mean, it's the congregation's fault, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy shouldn't have done it. He'd be arrested and like, go to jail, whatever. But there should be like a law on stupidity. Like maybe you should do a little jail time if you do something so stupid.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, sell all your possessions and then give the money to the guy that says that, hey, we're all being raptured anyway. Well, so what does he need the money for?
Yeah.
Is there Taco Tuesday in heaven? I doubt it. I mean,
Get money on my books.
actually, there probably is a Taco Tuesday, but it's probably free. I mean, it's heaven. But yeah, so I mean, I think there is a layer of responsibility to the people that did get taken on that. So don't believe everything somebody tells you, because on average, people are shit.
Yeah. Above average. People are shit.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2024 in America.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Just as you get older, you just start losing patience for all the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like there's always that, you got all these phrasings of, like a mother's love and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then, like, God, deadbeat dads and all this. And then on the next thing, it's all like, well, your kid has to have a father figure, da 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 da. And, it's like the male and females are like going back and forth on like who's actually more important and who is worse to their kids, and
Yeah.
hey, I mean, spoiler alert, both sides are shit to their kids.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what?
In general, yeah. I mean, there's, individuals that will always, like there's really good moms and there's really good dads, and, situations are situations. But as a whole, like, I don't know how many females that I know that have like basically said, fuck off to the kids for some good dick, right?
Yeah.
And then I know so many dudes that don't even pay attention to their kids because their girl has other kids,
Yeah.
and so then they just pay attention to those kids and forget the ones that they had. And so both sides are shit, I mean, in general.
Yeah.
I'm not calling anybody out, so stay the fuck off my DMs. But I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you just get tired of, I'm better, no, I'm better, no, I'm better. No, you both suck. Like, I'm in a fucking down mood, I guess.
Well, to kind of piggyback off of that, um, I've spent a lot of my time being in my life being mad at you or mad at my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and not that long ago, I finally had the realization. I was like, okay, this is also their first try at life,
Yeah.
Because like growing up, you're like, well, they're my dad or they're my mom. Like, well, why are they being like this,
Yeah.
But y'all are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like y'all could be like cracked out on the street,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not. You're going to work every day. You got a place to live. Like as a person, you're not doing bad,
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that your kid was feeling a certain way that day, and like it's y'all's first try at life. That was my biggest realization. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I didn't even realize that until like last year. I was like, huh.
Well, for the most part, we're just making shit up as we go. Like parents don't really know anything. The only thing that we do know is experiences.
Yeah.
Like this is what happened to me. It was similar to what you're going through. This is how I fixed it.
That's basically all of parenting.
Right. And especially with the first kid, like that is the trial run right there.
Yeah. I was the guinea pig.
I mean, could me and your mom have done better? Yes, we definitely could have done better as parents. Could we have done worse as parents? Yes, we could have done a whole lot worse.
Yeah, I think you could have done a whole lot worse than you did.
Yeah,
Then you could have done better.
I mean, for the majority of your life, me and your mom did co-parent. And I'd like to say rather successfully. I mean, you turned out well, ish. I mean, a good 85%. But
Hey, how's that jerky over there doing?
oh, good Lord, Bernie, we're gonna need some more ASAP.
I haven't eaten today. I'm hungry.
It wasn't going to matter if you ate today or not. You're still going to eat that whole bag.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, we could have done much worse as parents. And you see, a lot of parents go into like just. I mean, I've got family that's turned to drugs and stuff, and like their parents just went and done their own thing, and I never understood it, like the draw of it, but
Of drugs?
yeah,
How do you not understand that?
I mean, I've tried different stuff,
Yeah.
but it's never sucked me in to where I'm like you gotta have it, like, are you interested in the VCR, man? Like it's never nothing like that, And yeah, I mean, so I don't get that aspect of that lifestyle. Like it's just, like I guess I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say on that. Outside, I think it's stupid.
Well, I'm kind of biased because that's like my whole life right now is with addicts and alcoholics. Um, but I don't think it's stupid. I think it's definitely a bad decision and it'll ruin your life. But I think personally, I believe that it's just a matter of events that led up to it. That's like the only reason that people become addicts. But there's also some cases that their parents used and then they made it seem so great and then they started using and then find out it's not so great. But I would say the majority have had a pretty rough life and then they're like I want to enjoy it more or I want to get out of the life I'm living and they'll turn to getting high and they're like wow, me being high, I'm so much happier, I enjoy life so much more. And so they keep doing it and then they fall into the addicted side of it and then they just can't get out of it. Like it's just basically the same thing as smoking cigarettes. Like in the beginning it was really, really nice. I felt so good. You looked so cool, you felt awesome. Or like any kind of nicotine addiction. It just felt good, you had that buzz. And then after a while you kind of lost the buzz and it's just something you need now. And that's kind of how it is for addicts, but they don't lose the buzz. They continue the buzz. So like meth, for example, after doing it for a few months, it's your tolerance goes up and the buzz isn't as strong. But if you just smoke more of it, your buzz is immediately back. You can't smoke 10 cigarettes back to back to back and get a buzz off of it if you've been doing it for years. It's just cigarettes. But for meth or crack or whatever, it all keeps coming. The buzz doesn't stop. So that's what makes people continue to use for years and years until they eventually die from it or get sober. And that's why I don't remember the exact percent, but I think it was around 80 to 90% of um, recovered addicts turn back to drugs because they had an inconvenience in their life or after they got sober, their mom died or their father died. Or their kid died and they're like in this really deep dark space and I know something that makes me feel good, so let's do the thing that makes me feel good, and then they'll relapse and go back into it.
No, I mean, I understand like the addiction aspect of it. You know, like, I mean, I'm sitting here with an energy drink, smoking my cigarettes.
Yeah,
I'm addicted to some shit. But I guess I knew where to draw the line.
yeah,
I mean, like I try because I don't. First off, the cigarettes and the energy drinks bad for you. Nobody should do them, even though I do them anyway. But they're socially acceptable. I mean,
yeah.
they're in convenience stores all over the country. Um, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I lost it.
Sorry, I got a phone call, so I was messaging them.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I tried the other stuff. Like I've tried not everything, but I've tried different things, and I don't really like feeling out of control.
Yeah,
Um, I guess that kind of leads into this weekend because I went out
yeah.
and spent the weekend up at Big Cedar outside of Branson. It's like a Bass Pro resort.
How was that?
Amazing.
Tell me about it.
So they got like all these like different wings of like hotel rooms basically, but they're like really bougie.
Yeah,
But like they're decorated with like fish and deer and da 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 da, kind of wood cabin kind of feel.
yeah,
And then you walk out on the balcony, then you see all like the single cabins, like they're like 2-bedroom cabins, 4-bedroom cabins, and like they got their own hot tubs and all
yeah,
this shit, which like I want to try one of those. Um, and then they just got like they got a bar on the ground, restaurants, a little bit of shopping, stuff like that. We went up to top of the hill, which is like part of the Big Cedar Resort, but um, like you do a golf cart tour, and I got some pictures I'll show you.
okay.
Uh, I mean, I would love to put them on the podcast, but listen, I mean, let's be real, you ain't putting them on there. Um, I gotta give you shit. Uh, but yeah, like a lot of really beautiful waterfalls, caves, different stuff like that. And yeah, just kind of relaxed, had a good time. Uh, did a little day drinking.
It's always a good day when you're day drinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, because I mean, you're on a golf cart, and they have a bar in the cave that you drive into,
Yeah.
and you just pull up to it on the golf cart. Like I've never seen a place like openly, like like time to do some drinking and driving. You know,
I mean, golf courses.
well, yeah, but
They
I
have
mean,
the drink cart.
right, but I wasn't getting out to like hit no golf ball or anything. I'm driving around, 30 other people that are all in golf carts drinking.
Well, I'm sure they can't go that fast.
Well, they go.
If you cross this wire,
And the cliffside is really steep. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's not a boo boo going down. Like it's you're done.
yeah.
So, but I mean, they did have like a guardrail, but I could have got past it. Man, I'm just saying. I could have figured it out. Dukes of Hazard, that bitch. But gotta get the hell out of Dodge. We went to this bar last night called I think it's the Buzzard or something like that.
Hmm.
They just had like a cowboy dude up there singing.
That's a really bad name for a bar.
Yeah,
The buzzard.
I mean, I thought it was cool.
Well, I mean, that's a bird that eats dead animals.
Well, I mean, you probably haven't seen a lot of like,
The coyote, that would have been a cool one.
oh, yeah, that's been done.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The dolphin. Nah, that didn't
Or
work.
the dolphin.
Just move on.
Do you know what the dolphin is?
I know the animal and the football team. What are you?
No, it's a sexual position.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
I think so.
You okay? I'm like,
No, we're not going to talk about it
why not?
because there are children that listen to this podcast.
So okay,
Okay, then
Their parents shouldn't.
tell me about it.
Their
Then,
parents shouldn't let them listen to it.
tell me about it. Then.
It says adult humor on there.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to.
now because you know I'm right.
No, because you ruined the moment.
Okay, so I know a few weeks ago we talked about my standings on Greece
No,
and how upset you were.
not upset. Right.
I take back part of it
Uh-huh.
because I like whenever I go anywhere, I'm almost always just listening to the radio. Like I don't know why. Recently, I've been all about the radio, and they've been playing a lot of songs from that movie on this channel I listen to.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize how many were from that movie, like how many hits are from that movie.
Mm-hmm. So I was trying to tell you.
So, okay, the music, I will give its credit. The music is good. I just don't think the acting and the movie itself is good. Music, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I still don't agree with.
It was a musical. How well do you expect the acting to be?
I mean, it doesn't have to be great. I don't enjoy it as a movie. Like, it's not Interstellar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's you can tell it's a musical.
Yeah, it says it on the box. There's a whole show on Broadway where they do musicals.
I don't know. I just don't like the acting and the movie side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it's almost intended to be bad, but that makes it doesn't. It's not good enough at being awful. Like Dumb and Dumber,
Mm-hmm.
it's a stupid movie, but that's what makes it so good. The Grease isn't stupid enough to make it good. It's just stupid enough to be stupid.
I like Star Wars, but the light swords are too bright and they make a funny noise, and I don't like it.
Fucking love lightsabers.
Me too, but you know, I like the movie, but there was so much singing. You know how good a song's got to be to have a bunch of guys choreograph dancing on top of cars and shit and still make them look tough?
They didn't.
Ugh. I
If it's a bunch of grown men standing on top of cars dancing, you can't look tough.
But
No matter how tough you look, you can't do it.
You ain't gonna say that to Danny Zuko's face.
Is he even alive still?
John Travolta?
Oh, I didn't. I thought you were talking about. I thought that was an actor. Danny Zuko.
No, that was his character's name.
Is John Travolta still alive?
Yeah.
He must be old as fuck then.
He's in Scientology. He'll live forever. He paid enough.
I did watch a classic for the first time yesterday. Pulp Fiction.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were just overusing the word classic.
Pulp Fiction, I would call it a classic.
I call that a classic too.
Okay. What do you think about Pulp Fiction? The movie, of course.
I mean, I think it's a great movie. I love just all the different scenes, the different point of views, how everything kind of ties together. You know, I mean, there's a couple of things in there that I'm like, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I mean, if I had to pick in between that and Reservoir Dogs, I'd take Reservoir Dogs.
So if you could rate Pulp Fiction on 1 to 10, where would you put it? 10 being like, this is an amazing movie. You should have won so many awards, you know?
Oh.
And 1 is Grease.
Grease did win awards. Thank you.
I'm sure Pulp Fiction did too.
Let's see. I mean, as far as like Quentin Tarantino movies, I mean, I'd give it like a 9.
Really?
Yeah.
So you really did like that movie?
Oh yeah. Like Tarantino doesn't really put out bad movies. I mean, it takes him. There's such a time, like long span where, I mean, one of my favorite movies, and it was probably his worst movie, was Dusk Till Dawn.
I feel like I've seen that. I don't remember it.
These 2 bank robbers, they kidnap this family for their RV so they can get across the border to Mexico. They go to this bar so they can wait for their guy to like help them disappear and stuff, and so they're waiting in the bar. Then shit, everybody's a vampire, and Selma Hayek is half naked.
Is this a newer one or is it?
No, this is like 95, I think, when it came out, 95, 96. But yeah, it's one of my favorite ones that he did. But out of the Tarantino movies, it was probably one of his worst ones because all his other ones was such fucking high quality.
I would have gave Pulp Fiction like a 6 out of 10 because I did like how it was telling the same story from like different points of view
Mhm.
and like a different points of time during it.
Mhm.
I really liked that because my favorite book is called The String Diaries. And it does basically the exact same thing. It starts out with this one person, they do all their stuff, and then every chapter is like a different point of view and a completely different story.
Yeah.
So it's basically a collection of stories, but they all fit together at different points in time. I love that. I thought it was so cool. And watching Pulp Fiction, it was like the exact same thing, but I didn't enjoy it enough. I guess I don't know. There was a lot of downtime during it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really slow points that had nothing going on, but it was still decent. I mean, it's not in my top 50, but it was decent.
Well, I mean, like, is it going to be in my top 10 favorite movies of all time? No. No, it's not.
I don't think it's even in my top 50.
25 for me, maybe. But yeah, I mean,
It was decent. It just wasn't
I think his best one was the Django.
like the Unchained one, or yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, like that was phenomenal, in my opinion.
That one's absolutely in my top like 30.
Yeah, like everybody did such a fantastic job. Then you got Inglorious Bastards and just like, it's so good. There was one thing I was wanting to talk about the eclipse because we kind of went by it pretty fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, outside of like, we're all supposed to die. We're still here. Lame. But
Yeah.
so like there's this thing that's like I don't know, it's a TikTok conspiracy or whatever. But people were seeing like kind of like a honeycomb shape in the sun. And like there's like several people like, yeah, they put the fake sun out there, like it's kind of a weird conspiracy theory.
Huh.
Yeah, and talking about this honeycomb shape in the sun. And I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, well, I mean, if there was like a honeycomb shape, that sounds like shit. What is the name of that sphere? A Dyson sphere. Like,
Okay.
do you know what a Dyson sphere is?
No.
So this scientist, last name was Dyson. That's how it got its thing. But its theory is that you build a structure around a sun, and then you enclose the sun inside the structure, and the sun powers your civilization that's on the structure.
Okay.
So you never have to worry about power or anything like that. You can, and then that's where the human race would live, is on this Dyson sphere.
Okay.
So the sun would be in the center of your thing, and it's a like a theory that you could do something like that, and I mean, if they even tried it, it'd never be in our fucking lifetime.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool. Like, just, I mean, shit. What if they did do it?
Well, it wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think that's a very probable thing, like at all, because the sun is just too bright, too powerful. And what if the star finally explodes? Because that's every star explodes,
Yeah,
but implodes.
yeah. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it would like that entire civilization of people is on a time bomb. I mean, so are we, but like,
yeah. This whole, I mean, we're not going to be alive long enough for that. But I mean, it is finite. Like, there is a point to where the Earth does come to an end because the sun goes out.
I think that's the real way that all the dinosaurs are gone.
Well, we still have a sun.
Well, whenever like a star explodes, it leaves back like particles. I don't remember what it's called, but it leaves back particles of the star.
Mm-hmm.
And after long enough, you get a Big Bang where it like comes back together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not the same as what we call the Big Bang Theory, but like it all comes like all the little particles that are left collect enough and makes another star.
Yeah.
And then it gets bigger and bigger until it reaches a certain point, and then it stays for a long time. But at least I think, of course, I'm not an astronomer, but I think that the sun exploded. It took like almost everything with it,
Mm-hmm.
and at that point, we were far enough away from the sun that it didn't hurt us enough, but it still wiped out all the living things. That's how we got the ice age because there was no sun. And then
Yeah, I mean,
I don't actually believe that. It's just I thought of that theory on the spot.
well, yeah, because I mean, like there is records of like cavemen and during the ice age and
Yeah,
even before that. So always thought it was cool that
I'm sure that theory is very easily disproven, but it was just a cool idea in my head.
I think it's cool that there was more than one type of like so like we're like Homo sapiens. Well, there was different other types than that, like Cro-Magnon and stuff like that, and a bunch of other different
Yeah,
like subspecies of like we're all kind of the same thing, but not,
but there's all different versions of us. Yeah,
yeah, like Neanderthal. Like there's if you do that, like 23andMe, I think, like it can show you like how much percentage of Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal you have.
would they be like completely different species, or would they just be different races? Is that how we have different?
No species.
Is that the way we have different races?
No, because we're all the same species now.
Yeah,
The only reason we're the same species now is because they're like you gotta imagine it was like kind of like a tribal war, because you had this sect of Cro-Magnon, and then this sect of Homo sapiens, and then this one over here, and this one over here. And basically, it's like, well, I can't say basically because I don't know,
yeah,
but like the theory from my understanding is like, um, the Homo sapien tribe like kind of started spreading out, and then we started conquering these other tribes, and basically we bred them out.
really.
Yeah, so that's why we have like some cross DNA with like all that Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, or whatever, like different species, and that's kind of where we get, some say the different heights, like, I don't know, like you can just, I don't know, like some guys have like a thick forehead,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like not being derogatory, but, you know,
yeah.
um, yeah, so like there's all different, you have to do a 23andMe.
We should do one sometime for the podcast.
A 23andMe?
Yeah,
I feel like it come back and just say pussy. So,
you are what you eat.
shit, I don't remember what that is. Wait a minute. I can't say my thing, but you can say your thing?
Ah,
This is a children's show, damn it.
fuck no, it's not.
Yeah. Hey, I think we made it past like 2 minutes without cussing.
We did. We made it like 4 minutes.
But we're going to have a replay.
I think. I don't know. I wasn't watching the time.
But yeah, no, I always thought that was cool that there's, we, so it just goes to show that at the beginning of time, we still couldn't get along.
I started doing something that you'll actually kind of like.
All right.
I started watching Neebs Gaming again
Thank you.
because they just started a new like series of Ark,
Yeah.
and it came up on my like YouTube recommended,
Yeah.
and it was Ark Ascension day one, and I was like, "Holy shit! Am I gonna have to?" I have so much content to watch, and I seen it was like 4 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, so I can actually start again." Because that was my biggest thing is they just put out so many episodes I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. Day 2 just dropped. So,
Yeah, I was watching part of it. I didn't finish it yet.
yeah.
But yeah, now I'm watching it again.
I fucking love them guys so much.
I know they've got your heart like times 3.
I know. Like, like,
And this meat's gonna be gone by the time the podcast is over.
oh, I was fully expecting that. Like, we're just down to a few more pieces, Vernie. Like, he's been munching the whole damn time.
They only gave it to me with like 5 left.
There was more than that in there.
Mm-mm. It was 5. There was one really big one. I ripped it in half, made 6.
You know, one of the mechanics at work stole some.
That bastard.
I know. He's fired. What we got? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, I am fucking spacey today.
Me too.
I don't know. Is that damn eclipse?
I guess. But yeah, I started watching Neebs again.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's not the same without Thick. I really miss him.
Mm.
Because he just made it a whole new level. But they're still doing good without him.
Yeah. I mean, it won't ever be the same, but you know, it's still, to me, it's still good. Like I enjoy watching them and stuff, and
I really missed Astro's voice.
Yeah.
It was just so funny.
What's funny is that he hates playing Ark.
Really?
Yeah, he hates it. So does Dora, but I know like nobody on here knows who the hell we're talking about, so we'll try to end that nerd out pretty quick.
We can inform them a little bit. So there's this channel on YouTube called Neebs Gaming, and there's 4 people right now that do it. It's Neebs, which is I guess you could call the leader because his name's on the title.
Yeah.
This guy named Astro, Simon, and Duralius.
Yeah.
And they play video games. They've been doing it for like, I don't know, like 8 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
I started, one of their first things that blew up was called Battlefield Friends.
Yeah.
I think that was about like 8 years ago.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
You have to be a very specific person to find it really funny, but
yeah,
I thought it was hilarious. But Dad's been watching them since basically the beginning, and he got us into it for like a good, I'd say like 3 years, 2-3 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then I kind of fell off of it. I don't know why. I just stopped watching it. I got too behind in all the episodes they were doing that I didn't know what was going on, so I stopped watching it.
Yeah, you're fucking casual.
And they just restarted one of their series, so I started watching it, and it's really good again. Yeah. Anyway, we'll find something else.
I mean, I can sit here and talk about them all.
I know, but no one else would care.
Yeah.
We got to keep our 8 viewers.
That's right. Hell, I've seen nine views today.
Well, I got the thing pulled up on my phone already.
Oh, well, shit. Let's hear the numbers, even though nobody cares.
Oh, last episode got 13.
Damn. Is that Spotify? That's
yeah.
Yeah.
And then episode 14 got 20. That was all right. 12, 30. The rest of them are just in between.
Yeah. I think most of views come from, like, people that are, I mean,
they feel pity and they just play it.
No, I don't
when they're not home, they'll just, all right.
I don't think it's, I think, like a handful listen to it, to listen to it, you know. And then I think there's probably a couple views that are just like maybe a hater or two.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. They don't ever leave no comments or nothing. I did go back and check, like, what were comments? But
someone did say on episode 14, because we have like this response thing, like people who listen can put a response in from on Spotify, and I can choose to publish them or just ignore them. And I think all of them I've published because it's cool to have it on the episode.
Yeah,
like it's on the description or whatever. Somebody, I think it was Sam Nichols or Nichols. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a woman or a man. I think it's a woman. But anyway, they said spot on is normal. And I was like, I have no idea what part because that was like a 2-hour episode. But
yeah,
they just said spot on is normal. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah, I get fairly positive reviews on it, like in person. I mean, it's hard to say in person, like, y'all are shit.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
nobody really talks to me about
it. Yeah, no, I don't get talked
to me personally.
Yeah, I don't get talked to about it as much as I used to. But I mean, I don't ever talk about it either, which is
almost our entire demographic are your friends, though. So I figured there would be more to you than me because I haven't talked to anybody about it in a while.
No, I mean, you get quite a few off your Snap. Every time you put it on Snap, it seems to go up.
But yours is still like 60%. And then the rest of it split up between different age groups.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying.
Uh, yeah, but I mean, shit, nobody ever fills out that age thing on Spotify, like correctly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So I was talking to one of Jamie's friends, and he's like, "Yeah, it's my mom's birthday." So I'm like, bro, like, yeah,
If I ever had to like change my birthday for anything, like on the internet, it was always my birthday, and then I would just make the year 2000.
that hurts so much.
But now I don't have to because
Yeah,
I'm age now. But
yeah, I'm getting old enough to where whenever I scroll down to click on what year I was born, I'm starting to get like tired. Yeah,
they're starting to get rid of dates like on those because there's not as many people of those dates anymore,
yeah,
or those people aren't really on that website, so they kind of just stopped.
yeah. Whenever I get to like sometime I'm filling it out and I go to scroll down to 81 and I see that they've taken 80 off the board. The time's a coming.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they stopped at like the 50s, 1950s, which I mean, which makes sense.
well, yeah.
But I was like, huh. I would really like to watch like as the years go by, what ages get taken off.
Well, I mean, if you're like 80 years old, you're not signing up for anything else. Like, you don't have time for any more commitments.
Yeah.
What you have is what you have. I've seen a lot of that at that resort. Like, just like this, there's this one old couple. It just sweet as can be. I mean, I don't know what they did for a living, but they must have done something for a living to where they're in a fairly good place and
Yeah.
all that. And they were celebrating their wedding anniversary, and they couldn't remember exactly how long it's been. They're like, yeah, we've been together. Is it 48 years or 58 years? Like
Mm.
they were having a little like, I think it's 48. No, I think it's 58 because we had that big party.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay. Yeah, 50-year wedding anniversary is the golden anniversary.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like that's a legit thing. Like there's different tiers to your anniversary, like milestones.
Isn't it crazy to think that neither one of us will get a golden anniversary?
You still have time.
I won't live that long though.
You have time.
I'm in worse health than grandpa or like any of our other family members.
Only because you choose to be.
I know. I'm just saying, I led up to this point. I still don't think I'll live that long. Because that would put me at 68 if I got married. Or no, it would put me at 69
Yeah.
if I got married today or this year.
But you can change it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I guess you're right.
you could do all the things to ensure that that is a possibility. For me, it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
Like there's no chance.
Yeah.
You can't waste a quarter of your life and like
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, okay, the jerky may not be the best thing for you to kick off on this new path.
Oh, we're not starting one.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, I guess it saves me money.
As long as this meat keeps coming along, I'll be fine.
At best, I'm getting a 10-year. And so good. Are you are you are you really open to like getting married and stuff? Married, have kids, the white picket fence dream.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want a white picket fence, but getting married and having kids, yeah. I still don't want to get legally married though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the paperwork. Like, we can still wear the rings, husband, wife, have kids, live together, everything. I just don't want the documents of it.
Well, I mean, like you would still be able to like, to do all the documents and stuff. I mean, because I mean, if she takes half is zero, still zero. Sorry.
Math is mathin'.
Yeah, I mean, the shot was there. I took it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so not the white picket fence.
No.
So what do you envision?
Wire.
Well, you do have a type.
um, no, like really though, barbed wire. I I want like a little farmhouse and just like not a. I don't really want to call it a farm, but kind of like a miniature ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to have like
A hobby farm.
kind of, yeah. Like I still want to do all the farm shit. I just don't want to do it on such a big scale
Yeah.
because I want to be able to do other things. I don't want that to take up 100% of my time, you know.
Yeah, you just want to play on a couple tractors.
Well, I still want to have like
I'm not saying.
between 30 to 50 head of cattle.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that with any disrespect.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, because there's a lot of people that just have tractors that they play on.
yeah,
I mean, and they just say that they're playing on it, but I mean, they're laying crop and all that stuff, and
yeah,
then tending cattle and stuff. 50 head it's a big undertaking.
yeah. Well, I still want the responsibility of cattle. I just wouldn't want it like I don't want like 400 head and 35 acres full of just cattle, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, 50 head. You're looking at what you need 150 acres, I think, of pasture land to feed them.
I mean, I was saying like 30 to 50, but still, yeah,
Well,
that's manageable.
well, 150 acres, and acres is going for what, like
Yeah.
6,000 an acre.
Yeah, I'm talking about the dream.
Right.
It's not always accomplishable, but
Well, I mean,
I would like a decent little group of cattle, and I'd sell calves and shit. And I want some chickens. I want my coop. I want like
mhm,
I want to like Little House on the Prairie, basically.
yeah,
And I want this old ass farmhouse that is like has zero snakes, which is almost impossible, but I can't fucking do snakes. And I have that with wife, some kids, wraparound porch.
mhm,
I don't need like a whole barn dominium. That would be ideal, right? That's what everybody wants.
yeah,
But I would be just as happy with the little 4-bedroom farmhouse.
yeah,
I'd be okay with
yeah,
that.
ranch style. Yeah.
I'd be perfectly fine with that. And this good old T-post barbed wire fence around the whole property. And you have this like cheap ass T-post barbed wire fence and this really nice gate. That's what I want.
Well, I mean, like you said, that's the dream. Like so you have to decide. Um, do you want do you want a dream or do you want a goal?
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep calling it a dream, then that's all it is. It's just
Yeah.
something you fantasize about late at night. But if it's a goal, then you have something to work to. Like you want this house and farmland and stuff. So that means you got to make this list of all these other small goals that you have to reach to be able to accomplish your big one.
Yeah.
Like, and it's doable.
Yeah, it is. It's not too out of pocket, you know?
Yeah. You just have to start, making some moves and then you can get there.
And I want a big garden.
A big garden.
A big garden. Like, I don't want, like, fucking fields of crop, but I want, like, a good garden in the back that's like a 20 by 20 foot, just full of vegetables and fruits. And that's what I want. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
No tomatoes, no squash.
You're gonna grow
like broccoli, spinach, lettuce. Strawberries.
You're gonna grow a bunch of vegetables that you're not gonna eat.
If I grow them, I just gotta grow. I like vegetables. There's just a lot of them I don't like.
Man, I had a hard day picking all these vegetables. I think I'll go get McDonald's.
The only ones I don't like are fucking tomatoes and mushrooms.
Yeah.
And squash.
Yeah.
But that's it. Hey, I'll eat a zucchini. I'll eat some broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is I don't like cooked vegetables because the texture gets mushy and like snotty. Like cooked squash is fucking gross, disgusting. Can't eat it.
You say that now. Wait till you get older.
But a nice fresh zucchini slice, or a little cucumber.
The only cucumber I've ever seen you eat was a pickle.
Well, it doesn't mean I don't like it.
Well, I'm gonna get you some vegetables then.
Make sure it's the ones I like, and I'll eat them.
Okay. On next podcast.
Okay.
We'll talk about how many vegetables I had to throw away.
Give me some corn, some green beans.
I'm gonna buy broccoli, but I ain't gonna buy no cheese.
I don't like broccoli and cheese.
Really?
Yeah. Broccoli and ranch is Like it's all right. It's good, but if I want to eat broccoli, I've eaten just straight broccoli.
Was it like cold growing up in Russia? That was really un-American what you just said.
Broccoli and cheese?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not my preferred way of eating broccoli. I like just cold raw vegetables. Whenever I have vegetables, that's how I like it.
Your Uncle Canton, his mom make like this broccoli and cheese like soup.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, like you have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're itching over here about it.
Oh yeah, that was like as close to like a crack addiction as I ever had. It's like shit. I should because I had it whenever they were living up in Michigan.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really had a couple of thoughts. Michigan ain't that far. And this will 89 Grand Prix probably make it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing was such a beaut. She was a beauty. It's an 89 Grand Prix.
No, I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And then it got sold. I think isn't there one left out of the two?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure there's one more. But I really, really, that's like, out of all the vehicles on the farm, that's the one I want most.
I don't have time to inventory all the fucking vehicles on the farm.
Do you remember when I tried to?
Yeah.
And I spent like 3 full days of just walking around the farm, and I didn't finish it.
Nope.
Yeah. They're so, I had like 3 or 4 notebook pages front and back.
Oh yeah,
of vehicles, and I could not complete all of it.
Yeah, then you like step around this bush, and there's another 20.
Yeah, there were so many I physically could not.
Yeah,
it would take me weeks to do that.
Well, I don't know. My dad never liked to waste anything, and especially went for tetanus shots. So
yeah,
we had the old rusty ranch.
He didn't care about wasting land though. That was just fine.
Yeah. To him, it wasn't a waste. And shit, if you moved anything, oh my God. Remember one time my brother like cleaned out the shop because we had this, it's like a 78 Barracuda. Had the curved back glass and all that. And it was complete. It was ready for restore.
Yeah.
Like, the motor was already pulled. The interior was already pulled. A couple, exhaust parts that was bought. But I mean, it was ready to start putting back together.
Yeah.
And Jeremy got real excited about it, and like he cleaned out the whole shop. Like you could pull a car in, and I mean, it was kind of a dream of his to, like, hey, me and my dad rebuilt a car.
Yeah.
It's a cool dream.
It is a cool dream.
We're never doing that, but
I don't think we can put up with each other that long.
Yeah, I mean, I'll crush that right now. But anyway, so Dad went out to the shop, and Jeremy. Well, my mom told my dad, like, hey, you should probably go out to the shop. Jeremy has something to show you. And my mom knew what was fixing to happen.
Yeah.
But she also knew that she was not going to stop it. And he went out there, and Jeremy was, in the shop, proud as could be, because he's got the shop ready. He's ready to rebuild a car with his dad. And my dad is pissed.
Yeah.
Because he moved his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all still there, but it's in a different spot. And for my dad, like, that was like a tick for him. Like, because I mean, to drive by the farm or to fly overhead, you're like, wow, look at all that pile of shit.
Yeah.
Like everything's just thrown everywhere. But my dad had it all in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, go get me that log chain that is spray painted orange on the hook. Oh, where's it at? Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the Malibu. You're going to turn east. You're going to walk 75 paces.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd tell you right where it's at.
And he'd be right every time.
Yeah, and he ain't touched that chain in 10 years.
But it was still there.
Yeah, and you go there and dig down a little bit, and there it is. And then you take it to him. Okay,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that was one of the things I loved about him, though.
Yeah.
Like, it made the farm a little bit of a pain in the ass, but
yeah,
I loved that he had such a well photographed memory of all those things.
Yeah, like
he knew where everything was.
Yeah, he was very attached to everything.
Yeah.
But I guess to kind of, I don't know if it was like a teachable moment deal, or he just didn't want to deal with it anymore, or he just ready to crush that dream. My dad, who is known for not selling anything, sold that Barracuda for $300.
Yeah,
it's like the back glass was worth like $7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can
that crushes me. Like those fucking Barracuda, they're something else.
Yeah,
they are rare and they are sweet.
Yeah, Dad was not. He was not keen to like. He didn't care about fixing shit up. He cared if it was useful. Like he used to tell me that a horse was a useless animal, and I'm like, but I like horses. Because I thought it'd be cool to like ride horses and like bring the cattle up and shit like that. And my dad called him useless because the way that we did cattle and stuff, you could just call them. You didn't have to chase them. You just went out there and went woo, and the cows would come up and go in.
Or if you're bringing in hay, just honk the horn and they'll come.
And he liked horses and he liked riding horses and stuff like that. But horse to him was the same thing as a Vespa scooter. You're not doing a whole lot with the Vespa. But they're kind of fun to ride.
Cool to look at. I get it.
It's kind of like having an ugly girlfriend. Fun to ride. You just don't want your friends to catch on it.
Oh,
that's the old joke.
That's where it is.
But more grandpa trivia there.
Where is the log chain?
The goal is for everybody to look at my dad as their grandpa.
They'd be lucky.
Yep. And they curse me at the same time. he could be infuriating at times, but like you didn't care. Yeah. He'd piss me off so much.
You're just a good dude.
Yeah. He was hard growing up.
Yeah, we've talked about that on here a few times.
Yeah, he was hard. But kept me going anyway.
Yeah.
What are you staring at?
I'm looking at our microphone levels.
Oh, I thought you were looking at the time.
You're talking louder than I have.
Well, yeah, because I'm
like consistently over the time we've been recording.
Yeah, because I'm sitting close to my mic and you're like 2 miles away.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I got nothing else, Pops.
All right, I don't either, really. So, everybody have a good weekend, and I guess we'll see you at the next eclipse.